It's therefore my honor and privilege to sincerely thank all of you for taking your time to come and join us and to witness the unveiling of these very, very important publications. So to also address a different issue but related, what our Commissioner Ritu alluded to, because as we celebrate the resolution of the past disputes, we are also faced with other emerging disputes. And as for now, we are concerned about the dispute or the issues that are happening in Ol Kalou. When the new commission came to office about 1 year ago, that was in July 2025, one of the priority responsibilities and duties we executed was to conduct the by-elections. And since then, we have conducted 31 by-elections successfully. And with this one in Ol Kalou, that will bring the count to 32 by-elections. And in the course of the conduct of those by-elections, we have observed some challenges that arise because of out of the disputes between the political parties, disputes between the candidates, because it's a competition. Politics is a competition. And since it is a competition, we are bound to, of course, experience disagreements on certain things, including processes and conduct of some of the parties. So for the case of Ol Kalou, when we cleared the candidates that are presently contesting the parliamentary seat in Ol Kalou constituency, the commission has a process, a procedure. When we clear the candidates, we ensure that they meet those standards for them to be cleared to contest the elections. Once we do that, we also the oath. They sign to conduct the elections themselves within the code of conduct, which is prescribed by the elections, by the Constitution and the Elections Act. So they sign the code of conduct together with the political parties that are sponsoring those candidates. And therefore, it's our expectation that all those participating in the Ol Kalou by-elections must adhere to the constitutional requirements, particularly Article 81, which says that the elections must be free from harassment, intimidation, violence, bribery, and undue influence. We also expect these candidates to give the citizens of Ol Kalou the opportunity to exercise their sovereignty. And by that, I mean they must be given a chance to exercise their free will in deciding who to elect as their next member of parliament. But the reports reaching us at headquarters from our teams, our electoral officials on the ground, are very much perturbing and concerning. We have cases, concerns around security and breaches of the electoral code of conduct in Ol Kalou. And this is attributed to certain conducts by the candidates and their supporters and the political parties. Some of the issues that have been reported to us relate to, for example, late night campaigns. Daytime, the place is peaceful. At night, madness descends. And the political parties and their supporters engage in running battles, defacing each other's campaign posters and materials, engaging in physical confrontations and fights. And on 1st July, sadly, such a confrontation late in the night resulted in the death of one person, which is very, very sad and unfortunate. We have also had allegations of bribery, and in some outlets, the scale of bribery is massive. We have also been alerted of the presence of state officials in Ol Kalou, which is not a problem as long as they are doing their ordinary duties. But where they are there to interfere, that is also very unfortunate. We have also been informed of the presence of goons or potential mobilization of goons in Ol Kalou. And this, therefore, will threaten the security of the people of Ol Kalou and the election generally. So, as IEBC, we are very clear and categorical because the Constitution directs us on what to do. The elections must allow the free will of each individual voter. And therefore, issues of influencing the voter must not arise. The Constitution also directs that there must be an environment that is conducive enough to allow the voters to exercise their democratic rights to elect representatives of their choice out of their own free will. And therefore, as IEBC, we have the necessary tools to act. As of now, we have dispatched already our investigative teams to Ol Kalou to investigate those allegations, because as of now, we can treat them as allegations. But what we are seeing even on social media is very disheartening, especially the kind of rhetoric, misinformation by some of the leaders who are misinforming the people of Ol Kalou that you do not need ID card or identity document for you to be identified as a voter. Rhetoric around outright bribery. Rhetoric around mobilization of gangs and goons. We've seen them on social media. I don't think we are inventing the story. So for us as a country governed by the rule of law and due process, what we are doing as a commission is to dispatch a team of investigators to work with our electoral officials on the ground to give us the exact information, facts, and evidence. And once they give us that report, we will take the necessary action as guided by the law. We will be very firm in enforcing the code of conduct, and that will require the Code of Conduct Enforcement Committee, which is already duly constituted, to summon those who have been mentioned, those who are concerned, those of whom our report will point at as having interfered or trying to interfere with the elections in Ol Kalou. They will be summoned, and we will take them through the prescribed processes. And when we find any culpability or any breaches of the code of conduct, the proper remedies shall apply, and up to, including disqualifying some of those candidates, if not all of them, those who are involved. And in the situation, in the event that working with the security officials and other stakeholders, if we find that the environment is not conducive enough for us to conclude the by-election in Ol Kalou, we will be left with no choice other than to take the most unfortunate and drastic step of postponing the elections in Ol Kalou. And if that's not enough, we will cancel it altogether. And that will be a very sad day for the citizens, innocent residents, citizens of Ol Kalou, because they will lose an opportunity to be represented in parliament. Elections are very expensive. In Ol Kalou alone, we are spending more than 30 million. So when we prepare, we procure materials. Today, the ballot papers are arriving with the other two commissioners who are not present here today. We'll receive them this evening. All other materials are in Ol Kalou. We have trained our officials, prepared them adequately. So we are ready as a commission to conduct a credible, free, fair, and transparent election. But there must be peace for us to conduct that election. People must abide by the rules. People must follow the rules. If the law says no bribery, why should there be allegations or cases of bribery? If the law says there must be no violence, intimidation, and harassment, why are we hearing allegations or cases of similar nature? So I also call upon our investigative agencies, some of whom are present here, EACC, on matters of bribery. That's your mandate. We need to find out what is happening in Ol Kalou. I also request DCI to also investigate those criminal cases. The human rights people, commissions, and civil society to help us find out what violations are there. And of course, the DPP, where there are criminal culpabilities, they must be prosecuted. We need to restore sanity in our electoral processes as we move towards 2027. These small incidences are a precursor of what is likely to happen in 2027. And we cannot allow that. And what happens, these political actors, they misbehave. Then they go on Twitter and TikTok and make statements blaming IEBC. Whereas we have done everything humanly possible to ensure that elections are free, fair, credible, and peaceful. On Tuesday 7th, our officials in Ol Kalou had a 4-hour meeting with the candidates, their agents, and the political parties. 4 hours, and of course the other stakeholders, including security. And it was agreed on the rules of the game, what needed to be done, the do's and the don'ts. But what happened? In the evening, the same actors who pledged and who committed themselves to remain peaceful and to campaign with decorum, the same actors engage in these breaches and misconduct at night. Then what do? Instead of blaming themselves, they blame IEBC. That we will not accept. So we will take the necessary actions if we are called upon to do that. So the Code of Conduct Enforcement Committee is working, and you will hear very soon. They'll be summoning those people, and by Monday next week, if the situation deteriorates, be sure we will take appropriate action so that we ensure Ol Kalou's election is held in a peaceful environment. So those are the few comments I wanted to make on the current ongoing dispute.